We have found Kiely Rodni's vehicle and have confirmed that there were remains inside.
Fox 40's Arena Shattuck spoke with Adventures with Purpose, including the diver who made that discovery. She's joining us now live. And Ro, what did they share with you about this experience?
Well, Nikki and Eric, we are literally right on top of the drag marks. This is the area where that vehicle was pulled out of the water. The Adventures with Purpose search and recovery dive team from Oregon searched Prosser Lake yesterday, where they made that fateful discovery. They scoured the areas which were already searched out by multiple sheriff's dive teams since 16-year-old Kiely Rodni went missing on August 6th.
Is there any time from the time that Adventures with Purpose started to how long it took them to find it?
You're talking on Prosser Lake specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was relatively quickly, but I don't have an exact time. Like, again, we're gonna have to debrief with them, figure out, between putting equipment down, getting in the water, and identifying where the car was at.
About 30 to 35 minutes after getting on the water, I spotted something on the sonar that I could tell right away was not normal and it looked man-made.
We began our search for Kiely at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10:40 a.m. We placed 2 sonar boats in the water. By 11:15 a.m., Nick detected an object underwater using cutting-edge Garmin sonar technology. I was able to then confirm that it was in fact a vehicle in roughly 14 feet of water and only 55 feet offshore. After marking the vehicle with our magnet, Nick suited up in his dive gear and conducted the dive to formally identify and assess the vehicle, with me running OTS comms topside.
The next step at that point in my mind is you have to mentally prepare yourself as you're doing the vehicle assessment to, for what you may see. And so at that point you just have to kind of block that out and just say, hey, there's a task at hand that I have to do and I need to do it.
Nick was able to identify it was her vehicle and that there were human remains within the vehicle.
When I first dropped down, the first thing I saw was the vehicle upside down, and I was already located towards the rear of the vehicle. And so I looked at the license plate, could tell right away this was the vehicle that we were looking for.
Once we confirmed it was indeed Kiely's vehicle, we immediately notified family, law enforcement, and Dad and Grandpa were on scene within minutes.
We notified family, and Dad and Grandpa were there less than 2 minutes. It was tough. It was a very, very tough moment, I myself have a 16-year-old, and he is, he knows his 16-year-old daughter is not coming home. A lot of, a multitude of feelings, we focus on the positives and what we are able to provide for families and law enforcement, and that's answers, and hopefully a case closure for the FBI and the multiple sheriff's departments.
Multiple dive teams have searched Prosser Reservoir unsuccessfully for days.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. When peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high-end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it.
We're really good at what we do.
Yeah.
It's really rare. There aren't many that have the skill set that we do. And I knew for a fact if she was indeed underwater, we would find her 100%.
Now, we had an opportunity to be with that team on Saturday, and they believe what sets them apart from other dive teams that have searched out here for days is the way that they know their sonar. They say there's no way to teach that in a police academy, but this is what these guys do day in and day out, learning to read the sonar and know the signs.
We understand that the resource we provide with our unique skill set is rare.
It's something that is not taught in police academies, and they are self-taught. They do this day in and day out. It's enabled them to help more than 24 families get answers about their loved ones just in the 2 years that they've been doing this.
It is an honor to help agencies and families all across the nation. We will be working together with authorities here to share this knowledge over the next couple of days. It is always our mission to promote and share the techniques we utilize so that our purpose can help as many people as possible.
Now, if you could believe, these guys do it all for free. There is no charge to families, no charge to law enforcement. They simply ask that you follow them on their YouTube channel and subscribe. It is free, and they have millions of followers. Now, they will take the next couple of days off to decompress before they start their next 2 cases that'll bring them to Selma and San Luis Obispo.